Hello, my name's Gavin. This is Genre Books. It's Tuesday, it's Tag Tuesday, and today's tag is the Sod's Law tag, a new original tag from Duncan at Backaway from the Donkey. I don't quite know how well the phrase Sod's Law travels across the globe. Think of it as a Murphy's Law with the additional bells and whistles of British fatalism attached to it. There are 10 prompts. Let's get started. Prompt number 1. The video you spend most time on and are most proud of is likely to get the least views. Name that video. I can name a few because I went back and checked through my upload history, sorted it by amount of views, and there are 5 videos I've made which have less than 50 views. That's long form videos, not the shorts. And 3 of those 5 are to do with sport. So there is a Frank Merriwell video detailing that early pulp literature sports all-round good guy. There is a deep dive onto a pulp magazine about sport. And there was a video I did on 2 baseball novels, one from Zane Grey and one from Bernard Malamud. They just didn't do very well. So it is with a slight amount of trepidation that I'm embarking on the summer of sport again this year, knowing what I'll be getting into. But I won't let that stop me, and I think I found my way around these issues, because I'm going to be talking about a sport that everybody loves, cricket. Prompt number 2, the video that you had the most disasters putting together. There was a period of time when my microphone wasn't working properly. It turned out in the end it was my actual phone that wasn't working properly. The input jack really just wasn't connecting with the USB cable. In the end, I've had to get a new phone, but it did mean that a number of videos had to be recorded twice because the audio kept dropping out. A couple of videos were slightly impacted and I kept them in and made some funny edits, so I might not have made complete sense throughout all of it, but at least it was audible. And there was one week where I tried to record the same video 3 times over, each time with the audio failing. I ran out of time, gave up, and posted saying no video this week. In the end, that week I posted a montage of Frank Frazetta covers instead, just so there was something in my time slot. Annoyingly, that video didn't involve me at all. Got lots of views. I don't know what message I should be taking from that, but one message I did take is that the amount of videos I had to record twice showed me that if I had the time I would do rehearsals for all of these videos, because I was just a little bit more comfortable. I knew what I was saying a little bit more. I don't have that luxury of time. If I want to put out 4 videos a week, they've got to be my first take, even if they are heavily edited. Prompt number 3. The video that you threw together off the cuff with minimal work is the one that gets you the most views. Name a video. Well, that Frank Frazetta cover video has over 500 views, so for the half hour or hour that it took me to put it together, I consider that a fairly good return. But really it's probably the lists. We all like lists. YouTube loves lists. YouTube loves pushing its algorithmic buttons if you have the phrase top 10. I don't do that often enough. However, I do my Gutenberg lists. I occasionally do some pulp lists, and a video which has 1,000 or so views is 15 writers who you didn't know wrote pulps. That just seemed to catch. My most successful video to date was also a list, and it really was just a list of works of literature coming into the public domain in 2025. People like something for free. I was not expecting, however, to get 9,000 views. This is 8,900 more than I normally get. Prompt number 4. Don't believe the hype. The book you were really excited for, but was a letdown for you. I'm going to talk about one that I read, I must have been about 17 or so. Joseph Heller came out with a sequel to Catch-22. Now, I'd read Catch-22 when I was 15, 16, absolutely loved it. And shortly after, a sequel was coming out. I got the hardback. This was going to be a big moment for me because I really loved Catch-22. And it's not a bad book, but it is really not a patch on the original. Closing Time by Joseph Heller. So yes, that was a letdown. Never mind. Prompt number 5. The book you're excited to read, but every time you try to read it, something happens and you end up reading something else instead. As long as I'm reading something, I don't have too many complaints. However, the one currently that I'm not reading that I should be is Hyperion by Dan Simmons, which is a little bit embarrassing. It is my latest pick from the tote bag of Mild Peril. I really need to get on with that. I've tried to read it plenty of times before, so it was serendipitous that I picked it out of the tote bag. Serendipity being the diametric opposite, I think, of Sod's Law. But I'm still thumbing my nose at all these cosmic shifts. I really do need to finish it though. Prompt number 6. A Booktube event you keep meaning to participate in, but events mean you never do. I try to do as many Booktube events as I can. I think I struggle with the longer events because perhaps the focus isn't there. Now, I've not been on Booktube long enough to notice many patterns in what I'm missing. But one I definitely want to do next year is Historathon, because I've not done it yet, and I've got enough history books to warrant me reading 4 during a year. It's a low impact Booktube event, and I think possibly it is that low impact nature which means I haven't really committed to it. So fingers crossed for 2026. I'm sure I will find some other reason to miss out again. Prompt number 7. A book you've ended up with multiple copies of because you didn't realise you already had it. This does happen from time to time. I now have a list which if I know I'm going book shopping, I will take with me so that I can refer to it and try to mitigate this as much as possible. When I sorted through my bookshelves over many months and then reorganised the shelves over New Year's, I did find a few. But this one must have slipped in afterwards, and I only realised it when I was picking my list of books for June on the Range. So an author I've not even read yet. I managed to have 2 copies of J.T. Edson's The Fastest Gun in Texas. So here it is in true stereoscopic vision, and I think I'll keep this one because it's in better condition. Prompt number 8. The video you have been wanting to make for the longest time but never get round to because of events. perhaps not the longest time. Most videos I think of making, I end up doing, or at least making a start on. But I do want to examine the great American novel, what qualifies as the great American novel, possible candidates for the great American novel, and also stick a list in there because, as I've said, people love lists. I see the concept of the great American novel talked about now and then on Booktube, and possibly I won't give the most authentic response, not being American, but perhaps a detached outsider's view might be welcome into that conversation. And perhaps I can think about the great British novel as well in opposition to the great American novel, or the great British novel. The rules, would they be different? We can't be talking about the same things. There is a longer history. Would the great British novel precede the United Kingdom? Possibly. There were novels before then. It's still a nebulous idea, but one I think I'll be getting to, at this rate, 2027. Prompt number 9. A book you keep trying to buy, but it is never around, or things thwart your ability to buy it. If I was prepared to spend stupid money, I could buy this book. I refuse to. Here I have the Shaver Mystery Compendium, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, 5, 7, and 8. I don't know what it is that makes volume number 6 so damn special, but now I really want to find out. And prompt number 10. Tag some other people. Well, this is a brand new fresh tag. I'm in the first flush of taggies, so I will try to tag as many people as I can think of to get this one going. But until next time, I hope you encounter no disasters, and thanks to Duncan for creating the tag and for tagging me. And until next time, bye.